long have you all been waiting for this day? Long enough?
Yes.
All right. So you have gone to PNA, you have gone to do your medicals, you've gone to get your uniforms measured. You've done everything that any other person would have done. Please just take a few minutes and on this on your phone. You just open and you keep on the side. You will not disturb the glass in any way, but put it on silence. So now we are officially starting our orientation. And because we are officially starting our orientation, congratulations for your uniforms. Now that we are officially starting, we will be starting with our house rules. For everything that you get to start, for every place that you go, if you have to visit your uncle, you have to visit your elder brother or your elder sister's home. When you get there, the first thing you enter the house, she'll tell you that, well, please don't remove your shoes there, remove them this way. And then you said, I'm hungry. She said, please don't enter my fridge. Take water from there. And then you go to the kitchen to take some food. She said, please don't enter my kitchen. Because the first thing in everyone's lives are the rules that the person lives by. If someone has zero rule and they live by circumstances and how the day comes by, they are not worthy keeping beside you. Because if somebody do not have something they abide to, then they are ready to destroy in just a short distance away from you. So being here today, we are going to start with our rules. And to introduce myself again, I'm Nurse Aisha. I'm your nurse supervisor for now until when we decide to part ways. I am a registered nurse, a higher diploma nurse. I have BSc in nursing. I have international healthcare management diploma. I have worked for a period of 8 years, 4 of which I worked in the medical, surgical, emergency, maternity, and pediatric. As well as I have worked as a supervisor for the remaining 4 of those years. Now, I have equally worked as a home care nurse. Like yourself, you will soon to be doing that. And in those periods, I work within my period range in Dubai for 3 years as a home care nurse. So whatever story you have to tell me, I know it. Whatever difficulties you are going to face, I know it. Whatever insults they are going to throw at you, I've lived it, I have enjoyed it, I have endured it. Okay? Now when you start, you will start feeling like it is punishment, and then when you continue, you will like endure, and then when you now get used to it, when they tell you something, you're like, again, is that all? It won't matter. Okay? So I want you to relax. The road ahead of us might not be that easy, but with the right mindset, you can move step by step. And because we are going to be moving together, it's not going to feel with much burden as if you were moving by yourself. Now to start our rules and regulation of this house, seems like my mouth is not working. Just okay. It's not working because of something. This I am trying to connect and I can't. has to be this way. Okay. It's now okay. Not okay. This does not look like how I want my day to look. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So starting with our house rules. Now these house rules will apply here and in the accommodation. And I will later on to come to give you general rules of all what you can do and all what you cannot do. Because the first thing for you to be living here and be in peace with everyone is that you are able to live by the rules and the regulations. Number one, you are starting your orientation, and you're starting your orientation with the nursing department. The first thing I want you to take in recognition is the fact that we are going to be having what? Punctuation. Your punctuality is going to be top notch. Now, until the very last day that I'll be giving you a ticket back to the Philippines. Because be it on duty, be it in class, you have to come on early. For some reason, something might go wrong. It's okay for something to go wrong, but it shouldn't be going wrong every day. And especially when you're on duty, I am expecting that you're on duty, and if your duty is starting at 7, you should be there by 7. If your duty is starting at 9, you should be there by 9. And that means you'll be closing by 7 or by 9. Please don't close now by 6:30. Close by 7. Next, we are going to be looking at grooming. And that is why the first thing you get here, you go for your measurement. Because we are expecting that each nurse looks as clean, looks as unique as the nurses for NESCO for home health care. Your head should be tidy, you should be looking clean. If you can make what is your name, please?
Lendi.
Sorry?
Lendi.
Lendi. If you can do makeup and like her, just go ahead and do it. I will not deny it. And some of us, we are not doing because we don't even know how. And when we struggle to do it, we create chaos. Okay? So keep yourself as neat, as tidy as possible. Because many people will judge you by just looking at you. That is the first thing. So we need to look unique. We need to you in uniforms. The uniforms will be brought. You have to put on your shoes, not slippers, and you have to look in order. And again, I gave you your name tags. Where are your name tags? Your name tag should be on your jacket at all moments. It's not just for me. It's not just for the others. Every one of you needs to know who you are by name. And that is why you should always carry it now and when you're on duty. From there, we'll be looking at language. Which languages are permitted for us to speak? We'll be looking at respect for each other. Mobile phones. Your mobile phones while in class should be silent. No matter what is on it. It might be playing, but it should not come with any form of calls or noise. Next, while we are taking our classes, we are going to be having exams which could be written or could be practicals. Now, there are some classes that you will not have any pre and post tests, especially when you're dealing with my classes, because we are talking about policies. But there are other classes when we go now to write and who our community nurses are all about, we will start with our pre and post tests. Then you equally have period of practice where you'll be going for shadow, where you'll be in the stimulation room, and backing up with your examination. We'll be going next, skill demonstration and re-demonstration. This is where you are in the beautiful room with the good mannequin and trying to show your skills on what you have learned, what you have not learned. Those that have gotten How many years of experience? 15, 18, 10, 5, 4. I don't matter how many years of practice you have gotten. But if those years of practice does not reflect in the day-to-day life that you are living as a nurse, you haven't actually practiced anything. Next, we'll be looking at our evaluation. Now, the evaluation will come at the end of the day when you'll be evaluating if the nurse or the assessor or the teacher that is giving you this course was well understood. We will want to know if all of you in class, how many are 12? We are 12 in class. Did we all understand what she was saying? Was her language too high, too low? Was the accent too strong for your understanding? We will need to understand if you did comprehend whatever was being told. Next, we have breaks, which we all respect at every moment so that we can ease ourselves, we can eat something, we can relax, we can take coffee and come back again to class. And next, means of communication. That is very important because if you lose where you are supposed to be communicating, of course, there will be chaos in Africa. Attendance. Attendance, if you are sick for any reason and you are not going to be able to attend classes, I should know that you will not be in class. But if you must be in class, you must be in class. You can't be in class and you are thinking about the food that your mother will be preparing now in the Philippines, or wondering whether your daughter or your child ate the egg. So you don't need to wonder, okay? You are here so that you can give them the best life ever, and you should be confident with the person or the people in their guidance now. Our classes start by 8 before, but now our classes are going to start depending on the time we get to the office. But your pickoff will be 8. So maybe by 8:30, the whole team is already in the office for the classes and we can kick off by 9, giving you a 30-minute time to eat, refreshing, and we start. Now, when you come to Qatar, and if you are going to the mall, if you have seen other places, you will realize that dressing is one thing that we don't take here lightly. Unlike my country, if I decide to wear something short, that would definitely permit me to bend. If I decide to keep all my cleavages out, nobody's going to ask me any question. If I decide to go walk with a small bra and a small part, nobody will ask me anything. Nobody cares. In fact, nobody's seeing you. But if you dare do any of these things here, everybody will see you, and probably they will pick you thinking that you have mental problems. So, with that light, any skirt that is above your knees is not welcome. Any top that is small in hands is not welcome. Any gown that is above your knees and show part of your boobs, no. You have to keep that in your room. And in case you decide to compete with the mad people by doing destroy or having a trouser that is destroyed, please don't wear it here. Now, putting on jean is not a problem, but putting on jean that is destroyed is a problem. Okay, the only language that you are permitted to speak while you are here is English and Arabic. So if you know Arabic, well done and welcome to the club. But if you don't, you are only permitted to speak English. I know that there is a whole generation of the Philippines, and you all want to say something in your language. You keep that until you get home. As long as you're here and as long as you're on duty, you will not speak. Even if there are two nurses working for the same patient and they are from the same country, you speak in English. Because handing over is not about you, it's not about the next nurse, it's about you, the nurse, and the family. And if they cannot understand the language you're speaking, it simply means you're gossiping about them. You don't want that, right? So you speak in English. It's the same as if you had met me, I'm Patricia, we are speaking French and we are in this class, you'll be wondering if we are gossiping about you or what is going on. So speak in a language that every other person can understand. Next, respect for each other. Now, when we talk about respect, it's not for a particular person. The same respect that you give a child is the same respect a child accords back to you. The same respect for yourself is the same way others will look at you. If you choose to be disrespectful to people, they will be disrespectful to you. So I'm expecting that you respect yourself as a person and respect the next person that sits close to you. And respect the next person that sleeps close to you. And respect the people you will meet in the community. And respect everyone possible. In class, we are learning, and therefore we need to listen. In class, we are learning, and so no chatting. In class, we are learning. I'm expecting participation from you at all moments, especially if a question is directed to you. And for you to ask questions. If you feel sleepy, send your hand up and tell me you feel sleepy. I will stop the class. I will give everybody a break, and I will call you back in within 5 to 10 minutes. But sleeping in class is not permitted. I will not quarrel you for saying that you're sleepy, but I will give you a chance to go relax a bit so that you can come back. Is that understood? Yes. No mobile phones. It means that your phone should not ring while you're in class. I don't stop you from using your phone when you have a 10-minute or a 5-minute break. I don't stop you from making the calls if you're on break or there's no teacher in class. You can do that. But as long as somebody is in this class, your phone should be on silence. Now the evaluation that we have will be MCQ, will be skill training, will be skill redemonstration, will be skill assessment, and a checklist workshop. I will be printing the checklist for you that you are going to use through the period of your orientation. It is in your duty to keep it clean, to keep it with you until the last day and to hand it over to us when we need it. Because that checklist is what you will need to get into your examination hall. Is that understood? And for each nurse or for each teacher that comes in, it is in your responsibility to take it to her to sign, not the other way around. It means that you have classes already with Ma'am Gayatri. When I give it to you, you will take it for her to sign. Is that understood? And for each of my classes, you are going to take it, bring it for me to sign. Now I am handling day 1, day 2, and day 4. Okay? So on the checklist, you are going to see day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. The individual that is on that day, you give them to sign. Is that understood? Means of communication. The only means of communication that you have is me. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
This is going to be said 1,000 times in this class. And the only means of communication that you have is me. Why do I say it's me? I am your first and only line of communication. So if you have a problem, you write me. I don't care whatever the problem is. You're sick, you're bored, you want to fight somebody. Before you fight them, tell me that you want to fight someone, and then we decide if it's a good idea. If it's a good idea, I will tell you to go ahead. If it is not a good idea, I'll tell you to let it go. But as long as you feel like that moment you need to talk to somebody, talk. And if it's something I can solve, I will solve it and we'll move on. If it is something I cannot solve, I will take it to the individual that is concerned and we will see how this problem can be solved. Is that understood? Okay. We have here, all communication is through the next supervisor, be it when you're on duty, be it by calls, be it by WhatsApp, be it whichever means. I don't mind. Now, if it is something that I need you to send an official email, I will indicate to you that this complaint needs an official email, so that you can send it through an official email and we will send it forward. Next, we have how to request for sick leaves. I will be bringing you the form for sick leave and I'll hand it over to you. For you, we have 5 different forms. And those 5 different forms, we are looking at a request for leave. 1, we are looking at cancellation of the leave. We are looking at leave without pay. We are looking at return for leave. And number 5 is leave guarantor. What does all this imply? Number 1, request for leave. If you are sick, if there is an emergency, if it is your holidays, take everything, take not my PC. If you have an emergency back home and you have to travel, you are going to fill in what? The form number 1, which is the leave form. And the leave form has sections. Number 1, which you're going to write your name. You're going to indicate if it is your annual leave period, or if it is an emergency, or if it's a sick leave, or others you're going to indicate. And then you're going to indicate the month that you want to travel with respect to the day that you'll be starting that leave. And what criteria can we take leave? Number 1, if it is your annual leave. And for your annual leave, it is going to be after 2 years. So when your contract is finishing, you're going to be getting a 42 days annual paid leave. Is that understood? And this annual paid leave is going to come with your gratuity, it's going to come with your flight ticket. Now let's say you don't want to travel, you want to relax and stay in Qatar. That is okay. They are going to still calculate that time and pay to you in cash. Is that understood? Now this is for your annual leave, because this is the time you're supposed to go for your leave. Please don't forget tomorrow when you're coming, come with your passport, because I will need to scan the page that had the stamp of entry. Okay, and I'll return it back. That is going to be the proof that indicates when you get in and when you'll be going out. Next, if you want to take an emergency leave, which is the permittable emergency leave that you can take, let's say that you're married and your husband, God forbid, you lose your husband, or you lost a child, or you lost your mother, or you lost your father. You are going to have an emergency leave that will permit you to travel, and this emergency has some kind of support by the administration. Now, why do I say your mother, your father, your husband, or your child? It's because we are already of age of building our own family. Now, when you were little, your family was your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters. But when you are grown and you are married and you have your own family, that is now what we call a nuclear family. And that family is you, who is the mother and the father, plus your children. And then with addition to your birth mother and your birth father. When it comes to your husband's mother and your husband's father, we will classify that under the husband. But your brother and your sister is now relatives. They are what we call relatives. They are no more part of your nuclear family. So if something happened to your brother or your sister, you would take emergency leave if you want to. But that emergency leave is going to come with what? Number 1, leave without pay form. And number 2, leave guarantor form. So you're going to fill 3. You're going to fill leave form, you're going to fill leave without pay, and you're going to fill a leave guarantor form. Now, who is going to be guaranteeing? It's not you. It's the individual that trusts you enough. Your friend, your colleague, the one you're working with, if they trust you enough and understands exactly what is happening, they will guarantee that they are standing as a collateral to allow you to travel. And what does that imply? That implies that if that individual who is traveling does not come back, you get to lose your 1 month basic salary. Is that understood? So before you stand and say you do so swear, make sure that you are swearing for someone that is trustworthy enough and you know exactly what the person is going to do. And if you're taking an emergency leave that is paid because of some kind of immediate responsibilities, the office is going to compensate in a way that is best by the management at that moment. Is that understood? Next, we are going to go to, and if you are sick and you need to take leave, you will see others. You indicate sick leave. Sorry, my dear. You indicate sick leave, and you go to the hospital. You come back with your medical report. You add your medical report to that sick leave, and you send to the office. That is going to be a paid sick leave because you have a medical report that indicates you were sick, so you will be paid. For 1 year, you have up to 14 days sick leave that will be paid. Now, if you are sick more than these 14 days, or if we are counting the sick leaves and removing those days, when a time comes, you might have exhausted those 14 days and you will not be eligible for a paid sick leave again. Is that understood? Okay. Now, if you go to the hospital and you do not submit to me your sick leave certificate, I am sorry, you are not going to be paid for those days. You are going to be sick, you are going to have leave, but it's not going to be paid. Is that understood? Let's go to leave cancellation form. What does the leave cancellation form say? Number 1, it is when you have decided to go for your annual leave and maybe something happened. Maybe whatever you really wanted to go do home does not more apply and you want to stay. You should make sure that before 2 weeks of the day that you are actually supposed to go for the leave, you send in your leave cancellation. And for the annual leave, you should send your annual leave request 1 month before the day you are going, or even more. So in a year, I can keep receiving the annual leaves when we are already arriving 2 years, and I can make arrangement on who is leaving when, and you already know. So when that time is approaching, you should remind me so that we get all the documentation and everything that needs you to travel available. Is that understood? For the cancellation, I said 2 weeks before the time that you are going. If you come to give me cancellation 5 days to the time that you are going, when your flight has been paid and every arrangement made, you will go. You will go. This is not whether you like it or not, because the arrangement has been made. Remember, before I take you on out of duty to send you for leave, I have already made availability for another nurse that will take your duty. And before that time, I have sent the document of the next nurse to the government hospital indicating that this is who I am going to replace from this day. So if you will not go, you will go. But if you give me the cancellation early enough, it will give me enough time, even if I have sent the email, to counter or to cancel the email, and for your flight and every other thing not to be put into consideration. And that money will be calculated and will be handed to you in hand. Is that understood? Now, leave without pay, I have indicated where you will have leave without pay if you're going for emergency, and that emergency has nothing to do with us. You will have to fill in your leave without pay, and each leave without pay certainly comes with a guarantor. And if you don't want a guarantor to stand by, you can pay the basic salary upfront. Yes. So I can decide to go, and I said I'm paying my basic salary upfront. Now, does it mean that we are going to take that basic salary and keep it for the company? No. You bring that money in an envelope and you give me, and I'll file it in your file. If the time arrives that you were supposed to come, you did not come, I will hand it to the administration. If the time arrives and you came, I will refund back your money. So when you are guaranteeing for someone, if the person comes, of course, nothing will cut out of your salary. But if the person does not come, that is when you get to pay your basic salary. Is that understood? Yes. This policy are kept in place not to punish us. This policy are kept in place not for someone to be homesick and decides to run away. The company had paid everything from your flight ticket to your verification to your prometrics and to all that, which cost them quite a lot. Your visas, your flight. Of course, it's a great investment. They want to work. If you come and you have cold feet and you feel like the challenge ahead of you is now much and you think you can run away, of course, you should compensate for that, which I know is not possible. So let's first. Now, we are going to go to what happened if there is a problem at home, which I have explained. Training room. Now, this is our training room. And since this is our training room, we are expecting that this training room at all moments is looking clean, is looking tidy, is looking organized. If you spill something, clean it. If you cannot clean it and the cleaner is outside, go tell her to come clean. Now, if she has already cleaned in the morning after you got a spillage, please beg her to come clean. Or you go look for a mop and do the cleaning yourself. Okay? We all know that it's not easy for me to just clean here and then you make a mess the same minute. So you should be kind enough to tell her, please, I have made a mess, come clean it up. She's a very lovely lady, she will do it. If you eat biscuit, you drink water, make sure that you put it in the garbage and not on the floor or not leave it on your table. Is that understood? All right, so for our house rules, which is this one we are in, we have come to the end of it. We will just go straight . So we are now going to go straight to welcoming you to Qatar. After we just touch up a few minutes, we are now going to welcome you. Now the difference between Qatar and Dubai is that when you are in Dubai, when you land at the airport, it will tell you, this is Dubai. But when you land in Qatar, it will tell you, welcome to Qatar. That is already giving you the differences. That in Dubai, if in Qatar you will see shading, which is means suffering. In Dubai, you will see suffering times 3. They don't welcome you, just come. And when you are ready to go, go. But here we are welcoming you because we want you to be here. Because we are interested about you being here. Your being here is as much as it is a benefit to you, is a benefit to us. So of course we are happy. Now, you have been in the Philippines or you have been in Kenya. All what you know is the orientation of the people of Kenya, is the orientation of the people of the Philippines. If you choose to travel in Philippines, will you even think about where you're going to? You know everywhere. So you know where you book a ticket, you know where you take a flight, you know where you go to the supermarket, you know exactly which market you want to get something. But here, apart of the fact that you've known the supermarket that is close to the accommodation, the rest of the thing is still new to you. But we'll get there. So this is the reason why we're welcoming you in Qatar, because we want to tell you what Qatar is all about. We want to tell you the people of Qatar, how they feel, how they behave, what they expect us to do as expatriates, and how they expect us to respect their culture and their environment, and to make sure that everywhere is okay. Now, if we look at the map, you will see that what we are looking at is the map of Qatar. So if you see something that looks like a yam, but it's not a yam, it's actually the map of Qatar. And this is all about it, okay? There is no other place somewhere, so it's just a small country with the most beautiful scenarios that you ever imagine. So haven't been a developed country, but in desert. And if we are living from here, we are going to now understand what the country is all about. This is the map of Qatar. And you're going to see it on the back of the cars, on people's names, the flag. They actually celebrate their country each passing day. So now that you are here, you will join into the celebration. If we are leaving the map, we are going to this location. Now, Qatar, its only landmark that it has is the borders that is shared with Saudi. Every other area is water. Okay? So if you think of traveling to somewhere that you can travel by car away from Qatar, the only place that you go is Saudi Arabia. And as we all know, that when you were ready to come here, they told you that you were going to go to where? To the Middle East. It is a country in the Middle East, shares its only land border with Saudi, and the capital of Qatar is Doha. We are in Doha. The language that they speak is Arabic, and their religion is Islam. Is that understood? If we run away from here, we want to look at the people and the population of Qatar, we will realize that Qatar is just 10.5% of the total population that is present here. So almost 90% are expatriates. And that is why it's a privilege to be who we are. It's a privilege for us here, because the only patient we are going to be having are Qataris. Because it is a government that is taking care of its people. And the highest population that we have here are the people from India, which is 21.8%. And we can see their figure, 700,000 people in Qatar are from India. We will have, the next thing that follows will be the people from Bangladesh, which is 400,000, and is a 12.5%. Now, if we run away from there, we will look at the people from the Philippines with a 7.38%, and that is a population of 180,000 persons. So, do not feel like you're alone. Do not think that this is the only population of the people that are coming from the Philippines. The country has a lot of people from the Philippines. So you just need to know where their association is and what they do and when they do it, and join the community. Because of course, if you are coming from somewhere, make yourself at home by joining the community. Now, for the people from Kenya, you can see that Kenyan population is just 1%, which is 30,000 people. Now, I am from Cameroon, and the people from Cameroon, we are like approximately 200 to 400. So we don't even exist on their map. We don't even exist. So you will see that your 1% is still a great population being here. So know that you have a community in Qatar that you can feel at home. You have a community in Qatar that you can shop. There are Kenyan shops, there are Filipino shops, there are Indian shops, supermarkets, that you can go and you eat your food, drink your wine, and do everything that you are doing at home. Is that understood? Okay, and we will see that for the ethnic groups, we have 49% Arabs. It means that in all this population, the percentage of Arabs in this country is 49. We have South Asians, which is 43. We have the Indians, which is 21. The Bangladesh people, which is 12. The Pakistanis, which is 4.7. And the people from Sri Lanka, which is 4.35. Others combined is just 7%. And the religion that we have here, we have Islamics and Christians. The others are present, but not recognized. Okay, what is the weather? Oh, I shouldn't be talking about the weather because when you came out of the airport, it hit you like, yeah, now you're in Qatar. Our weather is extremely hot, to such a way that at some point, the temperature exceeds 40 degrees centigrade. Like the room temperature exceeds, the environmental temperature exceeds. So if the environmental temperature exceeds 40 degrees centigrade, imagine the way your body will be feeling. You will be boiling. Okay? And to the rainfall that we have here, we are now approaching winter. So I tell you, you haven't had any heat. Everything that you're having now is the sweet moment of Qatar. We have a rainfall that comes just 70 millimeters of rain a year. It will fall, you might not even know. You just get up in the morning and you feel like it wants to look like it is wet. Like you still you are not sure if it's wet. Someone will tell you that when I was coming back from duty, it looks like it was raining. You never see any evidence. Okay? So don't expect much from rain. But if you want sunlight, you can have that every day. So from January to October, we're having a very, very, very hot season. And that is why you are coming down. We are gradually dying into the winter, where you will see in the evening everywhere is calm and you can actually take a walk and not feel like you are burning. If not, your skin would be red by now. Okay. Now, when we look at the people of Qatar, we've already indicated that they are Muslims. And if they are Muslims, you will know that their prayer hours are something, or is something that they prioritize. And for that reason, it is mandatory that as nurses that will be drawing care plans, we need to know the prayer hours so as to be able to help those patients that are unable to remember the hours of the day to pray. So I should be seeing in your care plan the prayer hours that you have made available for your patient. And we have dawn, we have noon, we have afternoon, we have evening, and we have nightfall. And this prayer timing comes with rules and regulations that you should follow, which is, we have number one, you must remain silent while someone is praying. So if you go and you're home and you're taking care of your patient and the patient tells you, I want to pray, you should say nothing. If the TV is on, you should off it or bring down the volume and not running around and not doing something that will distract them from praying. Number two, you turn the volume of the speaker or whatsoever that you have that was talking, that is making noise, so that they should concentrate and pray. Next, do not take any photo of someone that is praying. Now, why does this come? Because sometimes you are amazed. Sometimes you see something and you're like, wow, never seen this. And then the addiction of keeping evidence, don't do that. Okay? Next, do not pass in front of someone that is praying. Now, most often when they are praying, they will want to pray in the direction of Mecca. Okay? So each time anybody is praying, they are struggling to identify the direction of Mecca. So pray. And if they are praying and facing this way, except the door is closed. If the door is closed, you're outside, it doesn't affect. But if you are praying, it is forbidden for you to come and pass in front of them. You have disrupted their prayers, and they'll have to start all over again. And of course, that will not come easily, right? They will give you nicely before they will start again. So do not provoke somebody to talk to you when it was not needed. Next, you are not supposed to smash the prayer mat. To them, that is a sacred area. So if you see somebody placing a prayer mat on the floor to come and pray, it is not for you to pass upon them. Is that understood? Okay, now we are going to look at their culture. It is very important that when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. If they were in the Philippines, they would be eating, what do you call it? The noodles that they mix with the cabbage and pancit. Oh, I eat a lot of pancit. And the only person that makes the best pancit is Mom Tina. Okay, so she makes us pancit at least once every week. So if I am in the Philippines, which I am now in the Philippines without actually traveling to the Philippines, I have to learn to eat pancit. Because again, everywhere, everyone will want to welcome you with a dish of pancit. All the different methods of cooking it, whether they are cooking it one is still pancit. And the same when you come here, you have something that they are eating that they will enjoy. And to welcome you, they will give you to eat. Whether you like it or not, you are eating. You will eat. You eat and then you go and do whatever you want to do at home, but you eat. So, let's start with meeting the people of Qatar. When you go to the patient's home and you meet the family, please, ladies, please, gentlemen, it is forbidden for you as opposite sex to give a handshake. To us, it's not a problem. We give handshakes, we hug, we kiss. It's nothing. This is the French culture from which I'm coming from. Here, you don't do it. You don't give a handshake. The simplest and most appropriate thing to do is tell somebody, Salam Alaikum, which literally means, peace be upon you. So whether it's a male or it's a female, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, when you go in, the first thing you say is, Salam Alaikum. So can we say it? Salam Alaikum. And the individual will respond, Alaikum Salam. Say it again. Alaikum Salam. So this is the way that you are going to greet whoever it be. Salam Alaikum. Now, if it is a man that is meeting another man, it is okay if they have a handshake. But do not be the one to initiate. Let him initiate to greet you, and then you greet her. If you meet a lady and she decides to greet you or to give you a handshake, let her initiate the handshake and then you follow. If not, do not try to greet them by hand. Is that understood? It is their culture, we are in their land, we have to respect it. Next, when we look at the people of Qatar, they have very sensitive topics that you should not embark or initiate. And those sensitive topics that we are looking at is someone that is talking about sexuality. Here we have male and female. Any other thing that is different from these two different genders, don't discuss it here. Keep it for yourself. When you go home, discuss them. But here, don't do that. Next, we don't talk about politics. This is a kingdom. This is a royal kingdom with a king or a prince that rules. It is not Democrat and the Republicans. So you don't talk about politics. Whatever you want to talk about, please sit in your room and you can chat. But going into public places and you telling somebody, no, some might pick offense, okay? And again, we already spoke about handshake. When we look at the clothing, we will realize that they equally dress different. And what he is wearing, what she is wearing, is what they call the abaya. So the long black gown that they will hem on everything that they are wearing is the abaya. And for the man, the long gown is called the top, whatever it may be. So these are the people, and this is the way they will represent themselves each time they are leaving the comfort of their house. So of course, somebody that is well dressed like this do not want to come outside and meet another person that is practically showing half of their body outside. Is that correct? Okay. And again, for the expatriates, these are the acceptable outfits that you can wear. Number one, a skirt and a top that covers your body and is below your knees. Number two, you can put on a long trouser with a shirt or a jacket whatsoever. You can as well dress like them, because remember, we have the Arabs in this country is up to 49%. So you can put on a suit. However, dressing and putting on your hands out or your breast out and your legs open, both for the female and for the male, in public places is not acceptable. In a private confinement, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. For their culture and their ethics, there are a whole lot of ethics that you should be following as long as you are living in Qatar. Now, I know that some of these things will be different from us, from you, because they are a conservative people. They are people that live by their tradition, they live by their culture, they live by their religion. Unlike us, that just in one country you have 15 to 20 to 100 different churches, to 2 or 3 different religions. It's not the same like a whole country that is practicing the same thing. Is that understood? So for the Western world, we will realize that we have different things that we are looking at that really is not the same as the people here. Number one, we have for the things that we need to do or the things we are not supposed to do. You are not permitted to express emotion publicly. So if in case you're walking with your husband, with your wife, with your boyfriend, or with your girlfriend, I'm not expecting that I will be meeting you in a public environment kissing. You do that, you sleep in jail. Is that understood? You can do that, do it in the private environment. Next, avoid taking photos of military installments as well as people that are moving, especially if they are arms. Do not take a photo of anyone. If you want to take a photo of yourself and you even notice that there's someone moving behind you, hold on for the person to pass and then you can take a photo of yourself. Next, we'll be looking at, you must stand to greet or welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Can I use you and abuse you for 1 minute?
You want to use me and dump me?
Yes, 1 minute on, please.
And I have to approve of that?
Yes. You don't have any other.
It's very difficult living in this country.
Yeah.
Syukran. Assalamualaikum. Masalah.
Masalah.
Masalah. So you speak English here. My IELTS is coming back to me. Good morning, sir. Can I have CA? It's too early.
If you want to take some minutes, you can take, I see that somebody is already out for. Here, I was bringing this to you, so that you can
Sorry.
cough.
Sorry. Thank you.
You can take two, so that you keep one for, you want to take something?
Yes, sir.
You got one? That way you want to cough, you know you're free. Who is outside?
Usually, when they do their prayers, they don't have any specific time, right?
They don't have a specific time for individuals.
I know that.
But generally, the hours of morning, dawn, morning, afternoon, or dawn, noon, afternoon, and evening is the general prayer time.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to a house where there are males and there are young people, you realize that they might always go to join the others in the mosque. But mostly women pray at home. So you see that they are praying, and you might be taking care of a patient that cannot even remember when to pray. So as long as you can ask Mama, do you want to pray? Or Baba, do you want to pray? If she accepts, then you be timing for Baba. And most often, if they are already old, they will not be going down to dress a mat and pray. They will just sit and do their prayers. So that you don't interrupt, because at that time you might interrupt without even realizing that you are disturbing. So if Baba is just going to sit on a chair, maybe this is already in the midst of the whole house. Nobody should be going left and right. So you need to sit on one position and allow the person to pray. Okay. Now when you want to greet an elder, or when an elder gets into the house, you are in the house, you are caring for the patient, and then one of the family member or someone or visitors enter, you should not sit while greeting. You should stand and then you greet. Okay? That is normal, even for us here in the office. And we already talked about handshake, which is something you should not do except being offered the handshake. And when you visit, they are going to give you coffee, or they are going to give you food, or they are going to give you something. Please do not refuse. It is a way of saying, or it is a way of accepting the welcome. If I welcome you into my house, for us all, the easiest way is to offer you food, or offer you drinks, or do something that I know I should be doing. Don't refuse. Accept it and make do with it, even if you don't like it. It's just wait for a time. When you meet a man or a woman in Qatar, no handshake. We've said that already. Now, these people are Muslims, and that on that note, they don't take alcohol. They don't take pork. Okay? We take alcohol. I don't take alcohol. Maybe some of you take alcohol, and we all eat pork. You are not permitted to give that alcohol or pork to someone else whom you know for sure is a Muslim. Somebody can visit your house and then you give the person alcohol. Don't offer them. It's disrespectful. As well as if your colleague or your friend or someone you know in accommodation who is a Muslim, do not prepare your food and you know fully whether what you use in that food is pork, and then you offer it to them. It's not good. It's okay, come. Okay? Non-Muslim can drink alcohol, we can do what we want. However, there is a license for alcohol. If you want to take alcohol, go get yourself license. And you are not permitted to drink alcohol in the accommodation, sell alcohol in the accommodation, or even bring it to the accommodation. You want to drink, you can go to the bars that they actually drink alcohol, or to the hotels that they drink alcohol, drink, and when you are done, come back home. You do not have to be drunk. And you do not drink when you are supposed to go for duty. So let's say that I'm off on Friday and I stop duty on Thursday in the evening. If I feel like I need to take alcohol, I should drink alcohol that evening so that I can be homesick or alcohol drunk the next day and give myself enough time for all that to go away. Not you being off on Friday, then on Friday in the evening you decide to go get yourself some alcohol, and then the next day you are still looking like you were sipped in a bucket of alcohol. That is going to disturb you. That is going to disturb.
I think your voice is a little bit very high.
Thank you. Close the That is going to disturb you. That is going to disturb the patient. That is going to be unprofessional. That you're going on duty and you smell of alcohol. Their sense is very, very high. And you don't want somebody smelling alcohol right in your intestines. So please, that aspect, It should not happen. It is a zero tolerance for the company that you are smelling of alcohol, you were found with alcohol in the accommodation or came back drunk. It could give you a one-way ticket back to the Philippines. Is that understood? Okay. Now we will look at the public holidays that we have present. We have 4 public holidays. And the first public holiday that we have is the National Day. The Qatar National Day, which is December 18th of every year. That day will be a public holiday and it will be an off day. But if you are on duty working, it's going to be an overtime. If you are not on duty, then you are automatically off. Next, we have the National Sport Day, which is a Tuesday of the second week of every February. And on that day, we have off. So you should remember it is a Tuesday of every second week of February. And that is an off day. And if you're on duty that day, you are officially working an overtime. Next, we have the Eid holidays, which is the festival break. And this is the period of Ramadan. It is usually a 3 days to 5 days, depending on how it comes and offered by the administration. And those days are off days, and you'll be working overtime if you're working that period. As well as we have the Holy Eid, which is the festival of sacrifice, and this equally comes to be a 3 or a 5 days off. Is that understood? So those are the public holidays that we have here, and every other day is either you're working or you're off. The Ramadan period. Now the Ramadan period, even if you're not a Muslim, even if you're not from here, you already must have heard a lot about the Ramadan. Because in each and every country, though they are Christians, we equally have some few Muslims, and they still respect the Ramadan period. And this Ramadan period is a 1-month fasting period for the Muslims. And this often happens in the month of March. This 1-month period ends with 1 or 2 days of off, which is the Ramadan period that I said. And within this period, it is believed, it is the 9th month of the Muslim calendar, which is believed to be what? The sacred time for Muslims to pray. And according to them, it is the period in which the Holy Quran was sent down to them. Okay? And because this period is a festive period, there is a prayer period, there is a whole lot of do and do not. And the first do's that we'll be looking at during this period is the fact that, number 1, take a moment to understand what the festive period is all about. You need to understand it. And because you understand that this festive period has to do with them praying for a whole month, it comes with a period in which they are not supposed to eat and when they are supposed to eat. Now, they are not supposed to eat in the morning, that is a 6 to 6. And within that time, it is forbidden for you, for me, or for anyone to be seen in public eating. You can eat in your house, but that time we'll be eating only in the classroom. Okay? If you were, or for those that will be in class at that period, we will not eat out because we have Muslims in the office. So you're not eating where they can see. And if you're working, that period, we are not saying that you will not eat. You will eat. But when it is time for you to eat, you take your food and go somewhere that only you and yourself is there. And you eat. Just to give them the privacy of not seeing someone eating. Is that understood? And in that period, you are not expected to make loud noise to keep occasions or to organize an occasion that will make chaos, except during the evening period when every other person is celebrating. Is that understood? And within this period, you are not equally supposed to be what? You are supposed to be mindful when walking. You are supposed to not have anyone or see anyone in any of these restaurants. You realize that the restaurants themselves will be closed in the morning and will only be open in the evenings. This is how much respect that we are going to offer to the people in this period. And if you know that somebody is fasting, it is not good for you to offer to give them food when you know they are supposed to be fasting. They don't. Offering food, ignoring cultural sensitivity, be mindful of the things you say, be mindful of what you want to do, because somebody might pick offense. The person is already not eating. They say a hungry man is an angry man. So do not allow somebody to take their hunger and pour it on. As well as when you're within this period in time, you should know that respecting boundaries when the individuals are in their prayer moments should be one of the priorities that you should do. Some of your patients will eat, even though they are fasting. Not everyone that is a Muslim will fast in that period. So it is equally forbidden for you to ask someone who is a Muslim why they are not fasting. If they want to fast, you don't need to remind them. So you should not equally be telling them why they are not. Is that understood? I already talked about not drinking of alcohol, and within that period in time, in the evening, there will be a lot of traffic. So please, if you are going out, if you have made appointments and schedules, especially with the driver, make sure that you keep to it. Because that period, traveling or being in a car, you stand in a car just from the accommodation to go, or from the patient's house to come to the accommodation, you spend more than 1 hour. Because the traffic is bad. Okay, now before, when you are coming here, or before they told you that you'll be going to Qatar, you might have looked at it to look like, so this is what I'm going to see. It looks like you're going to a whole full-blown desert with no people, no houses, and it's kind of scary. Now, this was my impression when I was going to Dubai. I really thought it was going to be a vast land of sand with 2 houses standing and few people. But is that what you meant? You meant a city, right? So, because we are new, you might want to go and see nice places. And here we could have the National Museum, which you might want to visit. Villaggio Mall, which is magnificent. It is beautiful. We have the Pearl, which is an island that you can visit. We equally have parks and markets that you can go and you visit and you see the beauty of the place that you are. Don't just go to duty and then you rest, and then you go to duty and then you rest, and then you go to duty and then you rest. That is not a life. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Duty is what you do so as to have a life.
Yes.
So when you go to duty, still take out some time to get a life. Go out, see people. For the ladies, we like shopping. Go out, get yourself, do some shopping. If you like to eat, go to good restaurants and eat something different. Learn to taste the food. Don't just say no. When they say we taste something new each time you go to the restaurant. It permits you to know the varieties that we have, and you might actually meet something that you like. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have beaches that you can visit. We have parks, and we have, in fact, there are a whole lot of places that you can see. Next, we'll be looking at the churches. As you can.
No, I don't want to interrupt.
No,
Later I
you
will
can.
interrupt.
You can.
You
I
can,
will
I
give
can.
you a break, yes.
5 minutes.
Okay. So you can take break for 5 minutes.
No, I mean in 5 minutes I will interrupt you.
Okay. She promised not to disturb my class, but she doesn't keep that promise anyways. So we'll soon be finished anyways. All right. Now we have churches. Those that goes to the Catholic. Now we here they call it the religion complex, and this religion complex have all these different churches available. For those that are going for Catholic, there is Catholic, and there is also, if you want to go to church, you just indicate that you want to go to the religion complex, and every one of these is in the same environment. So don't think that because you are here, you cannot worship. You can certainly worship according to how you feel. Okay, so this is you understanding where you are. This right here is you knowing a little bit about the people. As much as we keep having the classes, you're going to know much more about the people that you are going to be working with. Now, none of our patient is going to be an American or a Canadian, no. All our patients are Qataris. And because all our patients are Qataris, we have to learn to a certain length in making sure that we know them and we are able to give them care. We are not caring for them as Filipinos. We are not caring for them as the people from Kenya, or we are not caring for them as Indians. We are caring for them as Qataris. And for you to care for somebody individualistic, holistic, you must be able to know what they like, what they dislike, what they can do, what they cannot do, so that you don't be stepping into the wrong shoes. Already you don't know the religion that they are worshiping. It is easy for you to step on the wrong toes, and you don't want that at every moment they shout at you for something that you did wrong. Let's know what is wrong and know what is not wrong, so that we can sit on the line of the side that it is good and be able to be good nurses and care for our patient in the best way possible. Is that understood? All right. Anyone has a question for me?
In the time of Ramadan, you're giving medication. Because they are fasting, right? How we go to follow the deadlines of giving medication if there's a fasting?
All right. That is why I said not all your patients will be fasting. Okay? They are patients that will eat. And that is why I equally said, you do not ask someone that is a Muslim why they are not fasting. Because they might still be respecting a sacred month and still be praying, but not fasting. You don't want to know why. So don't ask. Your patients will certainly always tell you what works best for them. And in collaboration with us all, we are going to draw a care plan that suits them in that month. Is that understood? You're welcome. Any other question? So you think that now you know where you can pray? Now you know where you can visit? Now you know that you are not supposed to drink alcohol in public areas because you will be going to jail for it. Now you know the things that you are supposed to do and that which you are not supposed to do. In my home country, be it big, small, fat, thin, we hug, we greet, we don't care about the other things. But here you don't. And before somebody will give you a hug, it means the person understands you in a deeper. And you might gain that trust after you have worked with your family for a long period in time. Okay? Love takes time. Trust takes even much longer time for it to be accomplished. So I can see that the pretty lady is sleeping. You take some minutes break, go get something to eat, relax, and I will come back after 30 minutes. Or I will come back at, this is 11:20. Let's start back at 12.